You look like you have a couple new players in the pipeline here for you,
Yeah.
but also just those couple of free agent signings that you've had today. How do you address all of those positions on this team, adding depth and strengthening this roster?
I think in the big picture, what we did today was tidy up the loose ends and make us a stronger team. And I think you're going to see that come training camp. And it's even part of this development camp. You see the talent that's on that ice. Those young kids are pushing. Now we've signed some free agents that are going to come in and push with our core. It's going to be probably the most competitive team we've had so far, and it will be the most competitive camp we've ever had here. So it's exciting times, and we were excited about the guys we added today.
We can start with Schmidt, maybe coming from the Florida Panthers, another Stanley Cup champion added into this mix, another veteran on the D end or on the defensive end. What do you like about that signing?
Oh, I love Nate. We knew a lot of people inside our organization that vouched for him over the years and what he's done. He's an older veteran D-man that can come in and move a puck. He can transition a puck. He's, even with his age, he's one of the best skaters, and he continues to improve on that and become a better player. And he's another winner. I think we have 10 cups in total now on our team, and that's going to be a huge experience factor for us as we move forward and try and push to get in the playoffs.
Vitek Vanacek, his Florida teammate, also a part of this. How does he add depth to that goaltender situation?
Well, he's had some monstrous years in the NHL, and I think, Corey Schwab, number one, has always done a great job at bringing goaltenders' games back to life. And I think with him, I think there's more in there. I think he's got some ability to push and really win some games for us, some key games. What we loved about him is he's a winner. He's been around that environment. He's a worker. He always wants to be on the ice, kind of perfecting his craft. And so he's going to be a great add for us this year. It'll really help us, become a little more depth in goaltending.
How did you think about the 1-year term with his contract, just in terms of, bridging what you have in the pipeline to what you need in the NHL roster?
Yeah, I think, it's nice to get to know, we've had a whole bunch of goaltenders re-sign, and I shouldn't say goaltenders, but players that have re-signed because of coming in here on one-year deals, sometimes two, but they've re-upped because they've liked the environment they've been in, they like the coaching staff and where their game has grown. And I think it gives us a chance to get to know him and him to know us and see what he can do and see if he can perfect it and really get back to that year that he had in New Jersey would be great. He's a good goaltender, and we're excited to get him.
What does Tana bring to this team?
Well, a heck of a picture, number one, when he takes that. When we signed him, his agent said to us, he's going to be a cult hero in Utah. And I said, okay. And then I saw that picture, and I thought, oh, yeah, he's got a chance. He's got some bang in his game, and that's what we love about him. He's got determination. He wants to make a difference physically. He can kill some penalties. He can play on your second, third line. He can get out there and give you some energy. So he's going to be someone that gives us that little bit extra bang, some more physical presence out there. He never shorts you on effort. So he's going to be an exciting player, I think, for our fans to get to know. I think he's going to be a cult hero. It could be.
Both he and Schmidt are kind of those character guys. Was that something you guys were specifically looking for, or just kind of a secondary thing that comes with
I think, you look at the hockey player first and what they can bring to your club, and then, that's a bonus, is the fact of their character, their work ethic, and those intangibles help us make the next step. I think one thing that we've done a good job in here is when the people that we bring in are all really good human beings that have that strive, that want to make that next step, whether it's the Mattas or Coles or the Durzees or, the Kerfoots of the world. They've all helped us take that next step, and it's been impressive to be around those people. So when you can add into the group with the similar personalities, we try to.
There are questions around how NHL free agency would go in Utah compared to the NBA in past years. How did you just view, conversations with players, their reaction to having Utah as a possible destination for them?
We are a destination. There's so many good things about Utah. You come down to the contract, we got good taxes here. I think you look at the facilities, we're going to have elite facilities. By the time it's done, you look at the coaching staff. It's an elite coaching staff that runs a good environment for players to be in. You've got a sold-out Delta Center that is probably the loudest building in the league, and you've got some of the best young players playing on the NHL club, along with 5 first-rounders that haven't even hit yet. And so it's an exciting time. People want to come here. They see the talent. They see what's going on in Utah. We always say there's something special happening in Utah, and I think people in the free agent world can feel that.
What statement do you feel that this made, this free agency class and the draft and all the things going for momentum in Utah?
Well, I'm going to say this. We didn't do anything crazy. How's that? In the sense that we kept the 4th overall pick and we loved the player that was there and he's going to add in. We were able to kind of continue to draft. We kept all our prospects intact. We kept our team intact and made it better. We added a goal scorer and we got a great backup goaltender that's going to come in and push along with Nate Schmidt and Mr. Tanev. And we've added also, Scott Perunovich is a heck of a player that's going to come in at some point in time and push for a job along with Keeler Yamamoto. So I really like what we've done in this. We haven't signed the guy for $15 million in the 7-8 year term, but what we've done is shore up our team and given us some more depth, some more competitiveness on the team, and a chance to now take that next step and make the playoffs.
Utah was in a lot of the rumors for the 14 million, 7-8 years, and you told us don't believe everything you read, and you're right. How important is that to maintain your patience and kind of long-term goal for this team instead of striking because you have the cap space?
Yeah, I think we've been fairly effective at sticking to the plan. From the time we made the plan to where we are now, we've stuck to the plan. And there's been some bumpy roads here and there, but for the most part, we've stuck to that plan and it's going to pay dividends. And you see a lot of these kids that are on the ice, they're 3 years away from being impact players or players that can have impact on your team. And, we're buying time a lot of times to get to that stage where some of our younger players have a little bit more experience and they're better players in the National Hockey League. So I think with some of the transactions we've done today, allow our team on the ice to be a really good team, a competitive team, a team that can go and fight for a playoff spot, and allowing us to also groom the players that are coming underneath.
You talk about having a really competitive training camp. Just how competitive is that blue line now with as many guys as you've added in the depth?
Yeah, I think there is some depth, but you have to remember, in the NHL season, everybody says, oh, you have 6 great D, but it's really 7. Your 7th D plays 54 games. And when you don't have that, we ran into it last year. And we don't want to go through that last year where we're 1 short, 2 short, or we're putting young guys in bad situations. So I think by having that type of depth, it allows us to make sure that, there are going to be injuries at times. We're going to be able to make sure that we have the proper players to go in there without any excuses.
Do you anticipate any defense injuries going into the season, like to start off the season?
No, but I anticipate a highly competitive camp. Yeah.
Gearing more towards development camp, TJ Ginley appears to be skating without much discomfort. How good is that to see?
Oh, it's great. You always worry about your young guys when they go through that type of thing. And now that you see him out there and you see him moving and he's back to normal, you get really excited. So I just saw him as he walked past and he was giddy, so he's really excited about being here. And I think the other thing that happens is the synergy on the ice, and we don't talk about this, but it's very rare that you have that many first rounders in a dev camp. And I know this is standard in Utah, but it's not normal in the rest of the NHL that you have 5 first rounders out there, and I think that inspires them. I think when they're out there together, they're pushing each other to try and get better and better. So it's really a good thing, and we've been able to keep those top end prospects in check, and it's a chance for the organization to take a step further and then make some progress. So it's exciting.
What's the feeling now that you have Dev Camp, free agency under your belt? Any vacation or?
We're looking for a little sleep. I think sleep's probably the most important thing at this time, and not only myself but the whole staff. I mean, we get in there and I get behind the mic and I talk, but I'll be honest with you, our staff crushes it. We're such a team behind the scenes, and everybody's a part of it. And we've been able to have great transparency and grow our group, the pro group, the amateur group. And I've always said this: to win and put a championship club on the ice, you have to have a championship hockey ops behind the scenes, and it's really a team effort. And from the analytics to the pro scouts to the amateur scouts to the upper management, it's really a team effort.